In today's video, I reversed the overall of every single player on every NBA team. As you can see, for the Philadelphia 76ers, they've got a new best player, DeAnthony Melton, and some of their two-way players who were formerly 68 overalls have become 86 overalls. And their star player Joel Embiid used to be a 97, but now he's only a 79. And some players on the Sixers better start studying Chinese, because they're down to 40 overalls. You see, for players like Tobias Harris, if you reverse his 82 overall, you only get a 28 overall. And obviously in 2K, there's no 28 overall, so I just put him at the lowest possible rating, which is 40. I'm going to go through each roster pretty quickly, just so you can see what your favorite team is looking like. As you can see, there's a new best player in Milwaukee, Chris Livingston. Now, Giannis is only a 69. Over in Chicago, a couple of their two-way players are now the best players on the squad, and Andre Drummond might just go crazy too. In Cleveland, Karis LeVert and Amani Bates are going to be taking over. I'm excited to see Amani doing his thing. He's a guy who a lot of people are really high on. Even though he was a second round pick in the draft, people see the potential. I think personally, bro just needs to start eating some more food. 6'8", 170 is a ridiculous build. In Boston, JD Davidson is their new superstar at 96 overall. Jaylen Brown stays the same because he was at 88, and if you reverse 88, it's still 88. Over in Los Angeles, they've got a new star, Norman Powell, at a 97. In Memphis, Vince Williams Jr. is their new superstar at a 96. Ja Morant got absolutely cooked. He's now a 40 overall. I know y'all saw that game winner though. Ja is definitely back. He was hooping yesterday. Atlanta's low-key got a squad. They've got 5 players 85 overall and above. Duncan Robinson is becoming more than a shooter in this video at a 97. They've still got Bam at an 88. And Kyle Lowry's an 87, but he got a +1 morale boost. Kevin Love is also an 87. Charlotte definitely got better as a result of this video. Amari Bailey's a 96, LaMelo's an 88, Brandon Miller is an 87, and Gordon Hayward is also an 87. Utah got a couple hoopers, Colin Sexton at 87, same thing for Olynyk and Jordan Clarkson. De'Aaron Fox is the best player in the league, up to a 98, because if you reverse his 89, he gets a 98 overall. He's going to be comp in this video, plus he's got Red Velvet, Kevin Huerter at a 97, Trey Lyles at an 87, and a couple two-way guys also at 86s. In New York, Ryan Arcidiacono is a 96 overall. Josh Hart is also an 87. I forgot bro was in the league. I'm not going to lie to you, Ryan. In LA, they've got a couple hoopers, Maxwell Lewis at a 96, Jared Vanderbilt at a 97, but tragically, my Glorious King is only a 69 overall. The Magic might just be the best team in this video. They have 3 players 96 or higher, and then 3 87 overalls. They're stacked. In Dallas, Derek Lively is the new best player. Unfortunately, Luka Doncic got absolutely cooked. He's a 59 overall, but Derek Lively and Grant Williams are going to have to hold it down. Armani Brooks is the best player in Brooklyn. They've also got guys like Dorian Finney-Smith, Lonnie Walker IV, and Jalen Wilson. Over in Denver, Jokic goes down to an 89 from a 98. Jamal Murray stays the same. Christian Brown gets an overall boost, and Colin Gillespie is up to an 86 as well. Indiana's got a squad too, 3 96 plus players, plus they've got TJ McConnell and Isaiah Wong, who are both 86 or higher. The Pels get 97 overall Trey Murphy. Did y'all know Zion's only an 88 now? So he stays the same in rating. I did not know his overall was so low. The Pistons are also really nice, with Marvin Bagley and Jaden Ivey being superstars for their team. The Raptors are kind of trash, I'm not going to lie to you. Dylan the Villain becoming a superstar in Houston at a 97 overall. The Spurs got quite a few hoopers, but unfortunately for Wembanyama, he's down to a 58. The Suns might be the worst team in the league. Yeah, this one is tragic, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. If this team wins the championship, I'm gonna be devastated. The T-Wolves get a pair of 97 overalls with Mike Conley and Naz Reid. The Blazers get a couple 96 overalls as well. The greatest rebounder of all time is a 97 for the Warriors. Curry is only a 69 overall now, though. The Wizards get 3 97 overalls, Tyus Jones, Jordan Poole, and Denny Avdia. They've also got 87 overall Jules Bernard. And that wraps up the roster overview. Let's get into the simulation. This league is going to be absolute chaos. This is exactly what I'm here for. Jordan Poole wins MVP, averaging almost 40 a night. I'm wondering if any records around the league got broken as a result of some of these changes in overall. It looks like Jordan Poole set the season high in points with 66. Duncan Robinson made 12 three-pointers in a game. That's a crazy foul merchant game. De'Aaron Fox made 28 free throws. Bro, Andre Drummond got 54 rebounds in a game. Remember, Drummond is still a 77 overall. We'll have to see how many boards bro was averaging. No way he got 30 offensive rebounds in a night. Jokic had 18 assists, KCP had 8 steals, so nothing too crazy in terms of records that were broken. Check out Rayon Rupert. He ended up averaging 27 rebounds per game this season to go along with 27 points. Domantas Sabonis at a 79 wins 6th Man of the Year, averaging about 12 and 9. Rayon Rupert wins DPOY, and then Jalen Johnson averaging 20 and 18 wins Most Improved Player. Naz Reid, Clutch Player of the Year, averaging 32 and 20. And oh my goodness, the Magic won 80 games on the season. That is wild. I remember their squad being pretty good, but 80 wins is ridiculous. So on the All-NBA first team, we got Jordan Poole, of course, the MVP. Rayon Rupert, we talked about him a little bit earlier. No comment. Trae Young averages 38 points per game. Ridiculous. And D Fox, the highest overall player in the vid, averages 36 points, 10 boards, 9 assists. Also, if you're enjoying the video so far, I'd appreciate if you considered subscribing. Anyway, let's move on to the second team, the Joker. Hey, it doesn't matter if you drop his overall, he's still Jokic. Mike Conley, at a whopping 6 feet tall, averages 21 rebounds a game. Naz Reid also made All-NBA second team. Chris Livingston averages a triple-double with 14 points, 28 rebounds, and 5 assists. Now, if you're wondering why the rebounds are so high, we nerfed like half the players in the league, so there was probably a lot of bricks getting thrown up. Speaking of rebounds, look at Drummond, man. All-NBA third team, but we nerfed like half the league, so with all those trash players in the league, some of them had to play. They were throwing up bricks, and Andre Drummond was grabbing all of them. Shout out to Lou Dort, he was hooping this year. Jaden Ivey was really good for the Pistons, and Karis LeVert was also great. Here are your all-defensive teams as well. And I do want to check the league leaders in different stats, see if anything kind of went under the radar when we were looking at those All-NBA teams. It looks like JP led the league in scoring. Scoring was pretty normal outside of a couple players averaging like 36 plus points a night. Rebounding was ridiculous. I mean, you all see it. Mike Conley at 6 feet tall, grabbing crazy rebounds is just ridiculous. Assists look pretty normal. Shout out to Red Velvet dishing out 8 a night. You don't see him doing that. And then here are steals and blocks. Those also look pretty normal. So now we're going to head to the NBA standings. The Magic, 80-2. Yeah, I see why. This team is insane. The Wizards, they ended up winning 76 games. Jordan Poole gonna have the chance to win a championship. The Heat came in third. They ended up trading for 79 overall Brunson to add him to the squad. And the Pistons came in fourth. Out west, Sacramento was number 1. They won 65 basketball games. Yeah, they did have the best player in the league, so makes sense why they were the best in the West. At the 2 seed, you had the San Antonio Spurs. Hey, Spurs fans, maybe y'all are back. I'm sorry, Thunder fans, but I'm actively going to be rooting against this team, and it's because of one guy, and I think y'all know who. And the Golden State Warriors came in fourth. 70 overall. Steph Curry was still giving them 20 a night. So now let's go ahead and get into the playoffs. For round number 1, if we get any game 7s, I'll be sure to simcast. It looks like we do have one game 7 between the Golden State Warriors and the Los Angeles Lakers. Bro, the Lakers starting 5's kind of cooked with Gabe Vincent at a 68, starting at point guard, 58 overall Cam Reddish at the 2. I mean, they have good wing play and a good center in Christian Wood, but that starting backcourt is rough. And it looks like the Warriors are going to win in Game 7. Gui Santos drops 23 and 10 to help the Warriors get the dub. Steph Curry drops 10 points. And now our round 2 matchups are set. We've got the Kings taking on the Golden State Warriors. We've also got the Spurs versus OKC. And then in the Eastern Conference, we've got that stacked Magic team taking on the Hawks. I don't know if the Hawks are going to be able to do this one. With 59 overall DeJounte Murray at the 2, it might just be impossible. Then the Wizards, they're taking on the Miami Heat. Our Western Conference series got wrapped up pretty quickly. Sacramento won in 5, and the Spurs did the same. Out east, Orlando beat the Hawks in 5, and then the Wizards and Heat are still going at it. They're going to a Game 7. Now remember, the Wizards won 76 games in the Eastern Conference. They were crazy. I mean, the Heat were good too. They won 65 games, but it would definitely be an upset if the Heat got the dub. But it looks like the Wizards are going to come through in Game 7. Jordan Poole drops 36 to help his team win. Bam tried his best, 34 and 14. It's not going to be enough though. And now our conference finals are set. I think whoever wins this Eastern Conference Finals is going to win the chip. Wizards versus Magic, the two best teams in the league going at it. And out west, we got Sacramento taking on the Spurs. What I find interesting about these playoffs is the top 2 seeds in each conference ended up making it to the conference finals. And it looks like Orlando and Washington are going to have a battle here. Their series is tied up into a piece, and I got to hop in the Simcast. 2 juggernaut teams going at it. I'd love to see some gameplay. The Wizards are still in this game. They're down by 6 points, less than a minute 30 to go, but they do have the ball. Jordan Poole has it at the top of the key. Poole's going to need to go to work. We need to see the Poole party in action. JP steps it back. Short jumper is off. Wendell Carter Jr. bringing it up for the Magic, swings it over to Mo Wagner. Now it goes to Cole Anthony. Anthony swings it over to Anthony Black. Black in the corner. Gonna swing it over to Gary Harris. Harris has it. Shot clock starting to wind down. Wendell Carter sets an off-ball screen for Cole Anthony. Now Wendell comes and gets the ball, and he turns it over. That's the chance that the Wizards needed. Tyus Jones has it. Jones working on Anthony. Gonna swing it over to Jordan Poole. Poole trying to get to the basket, but they're playing some good defense. The Magic locking down defensively. Jones gets the screen from Gallo. Tyus Jones' midi is off. Just a disaster class offensively from the Wizards in this big Game 5. They completely folded. Cole Anthony played crazy in this one. 37, 12, and 8. Jordan Poole only 24 points. And the Wizards are going to take the L. Now Washington is down 3-2. They're facing elimination in Game 6. And oh my goodness, the Wizards got cooked in Game 6, losing by 42 points. Jordan Poole's 22 are not going to be enough because Cole Anthony is him. And now the Magic are moving on to the finals to take on the Sacramento Kings. Game number 1 of the series goes to the Magic. Game 2 also goes to Orlando. Yeah, I knew the Kings were going to be no comp for the 80-win Magic. So this first season was pretty easy for Orlando, but now things are about to change. We've got free agency coming up, and some of these super teams could be broken up. I mean, do you see the amount of star players sitting in free agency right now? And with that said, I am going to be turning off salary cap. That way anybody can sign to whatever team they want, because if they didn't, with this amount of talent in free agency, the league would just absolutely break. So I simulated to day 11 of free agency. There's still quite a few players waiting for their next team, but all of our 90 plus guys have found new destinations. It looks like Amani Bates is returning to the Cavs. Tyus Jones went to the Clippers. Jared Rhoden went to the Pistons. Ryan Arcidiacono went to the Sixers. JD Davison returned to the Celtics. Vince Williams went back to the Grizzlies. There was a lot of player movement. Ultimately, with all these changes around the league, we're going to see how this upcoming season goes, and we'll do a quick overview of the standings so that you can see what teams are the top dogs as a result of a crazy free agency. Man, I should really just end the video right here. Adama Sanogo wins Rookie of the Year. I have no idea who this dude is, but he went crazy. LaMelo Ball wins Sixth Man of the Year in Charlotte. Naz Reid, DPOY for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Blake Wesley wins Most Improved, and Jordan Poole, Clutch Player of the Year. Of course, that's what he's known for. Y'all have seen the clutch highlights recently. And Mike Brown, Coach of the Year, as the Kings win 71 games. So there was no team that was that crazy this year, like 75 plus wins, 80 wins, or anything like that. The league kind of evened back out. Anyway, on the All-NBA first team, you got Jordan Poole, Jaden Ivey, Rayon Rupert, and Armani Brooks. Nobody was averaging as crazy a rebounds this year either, so the league kind of came back to normal. Naz Reid on the second team, JD Davison, Cole Anthony, Adama Sanogo, and also De'Aaron Fox. Amani Bates at a 99 overall was doing his thing. I know some of y'all really wanted to see Amani hoop, and look at him go, man. Vince Williams was really good in Memphis. Gigi Jackson was also really good for the Grizzlies, and Amari Bailey did his thing in Charlotte. Jared Vanderbilt put up some great stats in LA as well. And then here are your all defensive teams. Checking out the standings, Orlando was still really good in the Eastern Conference. They won 67 games though, which is a lot less than 80. The Pacers came in second in the East, and I see why. This team looks really good. The Hawks were third. They picked up some new talent for the squad and overall have a great starting five. And the Detroit Pistons were fourth, despite having 72 overall. Dwayne Washington Jr. start at the 1. I mean, it probably does help that they have 399 overalls on the team. In the West, you had Sacramento coming in at number 1 with 99 overall D Fox. The Thunder came in second. The Lakers came in third. They added some new talent to the team. Monte Morris got signed to the roster. And the Houston Rockets came in fourth, led by Mike Conley and Dylan the Villain. Alright, so let's get into these playoffs. As usual, for round number 1, if we get any game 7s, I'll slow it down and hop in the Simcast. In round 1, we've got a game 7 between the Hawks and the Hornets. I think the Hawks look better, but I mean, there's a reason the Hornets have got to this game 7, so we'll see how it goes. So the Atlanta Hawks are going to beat the Hornets in convincing fashion. Trae Young drops 31 points and Gordon Hayward drops 26 for the Charlotte Hornets. And then in the Western Conference, we've got the Los Angeles Lakers taking on the Los Angeles Clippers. Bro, the Clippers look crazy, but the Lakers are really nice too, so we'll see how this goes. Lakers dominated in Game 7. Monte Morris, Vando, Alex Fudge, they all went crazy, and now our round 2 matchups are set. We've got Sacramento taking on the Houston Rockets. Then we've got OKC taking on Los Angeles. Please let somebody take down the Oklahoma City Thunder. Then we've got the Magic taking on the Washington Wizards, and the Indiana Pacers are taking on the Atlanta Hawks. We've got a game 7 between the Pacers and Hawks. Let's get into the Simcast. We've got a 2-point game here with 2 minutes to go. The Hawks have the ball, and they also have the lead. Ball's going to go into Porter Jr. Porter gives it over to Sadiq Bey. Sadiq Bey gives it over to Johnson. Johnson over to Bey. Bey ball fakes, gives it back to Porter Jr., and he steps out of bounds. That's a big mistake there for the Atlanta Hawks, but a good break for the Indiana Pacers. TJ McConnell has it, defended by Trae Young. He gives it down to Olynyk. Olynyk, the layup is off. Jalen Johnson has the ball. He gives it up to Norris. Norris getting clamped. Now it goes over to Young. Young fakes and puts up the layup. He hits. So the Atlanta Hawks have a 4-point lead. Still over a minute to go. Plenty of time for the Indiana Pacers. TJ McConnell down to Kelly Olynyk once again. Olynyk back out to McConnell. He's going to get the screen from Olynyk. McConnell to the basket. Why would he pass out of that? He thinks he's Ben Simmons. Oh my goodness, he just threw that away. That was the worst thing I ever seen. You were wide open for a layup. Why would you ever do that? Norris passes in the ball to Johnson. Now it goes over to Young. The Pacers desperately need a stop here. It's going to go down to Johnson. Johnson gives it back to Trae Young. Young, is that a 3-second violation? Oh, he stepped out of bounds. Why does that keep happening? TJ McConnell bringing up the basketball as the clock ticks below 1 minute. Pacers need to make something happen and quick. McConnell gonna give it down to Olynyk. Olynyk trying to get in his post bag, puts up the layup and misses it. This Pacers team is trash. Now Jalen Johnson has it. Johnson gonna swing it out to Bey. Sadiq Bey has it. He's doubled. Gives it over to Lundy for 3, who hits. Oh my goodness, the Pacers suck. Yeah, bro, we're getting out of here. GG's. The Hawks are gonna win. The Hawks just played way better in the clutch. I don't know what the Pacers were doing. But with that Game 7 win from the Hawks, our conference finals matchups are set. In the West, we've got the Rockets taking on the Thunder. And in the East, we've got the Hawks taking on the defending champion Orlando Magic. The Thunder make it to the NBA Finals, and so do the Magic. I accidentally pressed Sim Round, and the Hawks and Magic series went to 7, but the Magic smacked the Hawks in Game 7. 46, 10, and 10 for Cole Anthony in Game 7. And now our NBA Finals are set. We've got the Magic taking on the Thunder, 2 stacked squads going at it. Game number 1 of the series goes to OKC. Game 2 also goes to the Thunder. Oh, you're kidding me. The Magic are going to take Game 4, and the Thunder win in 5. No, no, no. I've seen enough, bro. Get this guy out of my league. You had your 1 championship, but that's enough. I don't care about your reversed overall or any of that. Get out of my league. I'm doing what Adam Silver should have done. Alright, there we go. Much better. We're going to run it back for 1 final season. We've got another crazy free agency coming up, and I'm just going to simulate the season. We'll see how things go. We'll see where players end up going. It should be a crazy year. De'Aaron Fox wins an MVP this season. Brandon Hayward wins Rookie of the Year. Bro's a 76, averaging 22 a game. That's crazy. LaMelo, 6th Man of the Year. Lou Dort, DPOY. Travis Peterson wins Most Improved Player. And Rayon Rupert wins Clutch Player of the Year. Ime Udoka, Coach of the Rockets, wins Coach of the Year. 68 wins on the season. Here's what the All-NBA first team was looking like. I'm going to go through it pretty quickly this season because y'all have seen a lot of these players year after year. The guys who have been dominant have continued to do their thing and be dominant. But anyway, let's go ahead and check out the NBA standings. Number 1 in the East was still the Orlando Magic. They won the finals year 1, made it to the finals in year 2 and lost, and now they're looking to get back and win again. The Atlanta Hawks were the 2nd seed. They were also pretty good last year. The Milwaukee Bucks came in 3rd. I think that's a new squad that's kind of on the come up. The Washington Wizards were 4th. I'd love to see JP win a championship in the final season of this video. The Houston Rockets, they made some new pickups and the squad looks absolutely great. The Los Angeles Clippers also looking really good, 399 overalls. The Kings have their duo of D Fox and Kevin Huerter, both 99 overalls. They were the 3 seed. And the Spurs, they've got a couple 99s. They finished in 4th. So let's go ahead and simulate round 1. We'll see if we get any game 7s. We ended up getting one game 7. It's between Atlanta and Cleveland. Oh, game 7, Amani Bates. That's what I'm here to see. Well, the Cavs really dropped the ball in this one. They lost by 51 points. Oh my goodness, that is terrible. Amani only 17 points. That sucks, man. The Cavs got absolutely cooked though, and now all of our round 2 matchups are set. We've got a Battle of Texas in the West, the Spurs taking on the Rockets. We've also got the Clippers taking on the Sacramento Kings. And then we've got Orlando versus Detroit and the Hawks taking on the Hornets. So we didn't get any game 7s in the conference finals, and the Houston Rockets ended up advancing to face the Clippers in the West. And the Orlando Magic, they're back. They're trying to make their 3rd straight finals, taking on the Hawks in the conference finals this year. The Clippers absolutely cooked the Houston Rockets to advance to the finals. And we've got a game 7 between Orlando and the Hawks. And in game 7, this game is coming down to the wire. 5-point game, minute 43 to go, and the Hawks have the ball. Trae Young with it. He's defended by Cole Anthony. Young working his way to the basket, but Anthony playing some solid defense. Young fakes a couple times, swings it over to Norris. Norris gonna get to the basket, put up the layup, and hit it. Hawks are now within 3 points of the Orlando Magic. Cole Anthony bringing up the ball. Anthony working on Trae Young, trying to get to the basket here. Cole gets doubled, tripled, and blocked. Great defense from the Hawks, and they're back in this game. Young, with the shot clock winding down, gives it down to the big man who dunks one home, and the Hawks are within 1 point. Oh man, this game is really coming down to the wire. Hawks have no need to foul if they get a stop here. Anthony to the basket. Layup is good. That was very timely for the Orlando Magic, but the Hawks can still tie this one up with the 3-pointer. Sadiq Bey inbounds it to Trae Young. Young is defended by Anthony. Trae Young trying to get to the basket here. Short jumper is up and it's off. I don't know why that's the shot you take in the clutch if you're Trae Young, but the Hawks are going to lose, and the Magic's run of dominance continues. They're returning to the finals. And in the finals, we've got the Magic versus the Los Angeles Clippers. The Magic's lineup might just be a little better, but the Clippers definitely have a squad. Game number 1 of the series goes to the Magic. Game 2 also goes to the Magic. Magic are up 3-0. Clippers are going to take game 4, but ultimately the Magic win in 5. So the Magic were big beneficiaries of this video. They won 2 chips. That's it for the video. Have a great day. Be sure to like and subscribe.